All right, so we got called out here because the second story was not heating or cooling well and struggling to keep up. And so, anytime we come to a home, the first thing that home solution advisors like myself do is take a full assessment of the house, see what's going on. We look at the current system that's here, look at the ductwork, and do load calculations to make sure that everything's sized properly and efficient. So currently that customer has a American Standard outdoor unit. So this one's a 5-ton outdoor unit and it's doing the entire house. Some rooms in the basement, the main floor, and the upper floor. He does have zoning, but it's not sized properly for the airflow, and so he's having all kinds of issues. And so that's one thing we wanted to address. What we've recommended is to put in a 3-zone mini split system upstairs on the upper floor. That way each room can have its own zone, its own conditioning for heating and cooling. It'll alleviate the stress that this current system's going through. And then when it's time to replace this system, we can resize and probably size this system for the main floor and the basement. All right, let's go inside. So what we're doing here, we're putting in a 3-zone mini split system. This is the kids' room. We want to hang a high wall unit in here. That's going to do this bedroom, and that goes through the wall and then out to the roof. And we're going outdoor, hang a unit with a wall bracket on the outside of this wall right here. Now the other units that are going to go through are going to be over here in the master bedroom. Got a unit already hung on the wall here. The nice thing about this setup is we're not going to have any line hide showing inside the house, so everything's going to drain, gravity drain outside. Then the last unit, we're going to be over here, and we got a high wall unit over here in this bedroom. And then we're going to run the line set down through the closets and out the end wall down there. So that's why we got this set up. This house has got one heat pump system, and it was feeding really 3 floors: the basement, the main floor, and the upstairs. Really difficult to manage heating and cooling that way, even with zoning. So this was not doing an efficient job. There's very little headroom above this ceiling, and the ductwork is running all the way from the basement. So airflow was terrible. Return size was too small for the amount of airflow that needed up here. So we're going to eliminate the ducted system up here and go straight to the mini splits. So we're going to actually, the customer's going to cap that off, but then there's ductwork in this closet. We're going to remove that. We're going to leave what's up in the attic space, just cap it off. And then we're going to remove the return duct in the main floor and to the existing duct system, the return and supply. Just eliminating those, capping those off. That way the system, which is really sized for the main floor and the basement only, will be running more efficiently. Hopefully stretch that system's life out a little bit longer because it's not going to struggle as much. So one other nice thing about having a 3-zone mini split up here is each room will have its own thermostat and be able to be controlled individually. So if the kids are too cold and you like it really cold in your bedroom at night, they can set their own temperature in their room. So that's what's really nice about having multi-zones in the mini split system. So when I first came into this house, the customer said that this vent right here, that he didn't really know what it was. There's a pantry here above it. There's no filter grill here, and he thought it was just a box with nothing in it. So we opened it up, and on inspection, it goes down through a hole in the floor that's kind of back underneath the walkway here. And we'll go to the garage, and I'll show you where it was. So this is the supply duct that's going up to the upstairs to the second level. We're taking this off all the way back to the main trunk line, and then also taking this return, this is the definition of not a professional job. It's got foam board and Walmart duct tape on it, so definitely not professionally installed. I'm gonna take it out all the way back. There's actually air. I can feel air right here, and you see this water. Because of that air and the humidity in this unconditioned space, it's actually condensating on the outside of the insulation, which you can imagine it's probably condensating inside the insulation, which is then holding water, creating mold and mildew issues. So when I first got here, that returning the wall that we looked at earlier, this is the ductwork that's connected to the bottom of it. So the customer didn't even know this was here. He just bought the house. So this is a electronic air cleaner. It's a very old one that's no longer in use. So what we were looking at through the floor up there was some pre-filters right here that were supposed to catch dust and debris before the electronic air cleaner, and they were so caked up with that much dirt, I mean, 1/4 inch of dust and debris on top. It looked like it was a sheet of plywood that just had dust on it. You could not get any airflow through this. And so we took those out, and now allowed the system to actually breathe through the vent that's upstairs in the hallway. So it's actually now getting true airflow back to the unit, which it was suffocating the unit before. This currently has on the plenum here a bubble wrapped exterior insulation, which does not have enough R value to protect and keep from condensating. And there's water dripping off of this unit here because the humidity level in this garage, this unconditioned space, is so high that the insulation value of the bubble wrap's not enough to keep it from condensating. It's getting too cold, and that water's just condensating right off of it. So dripping all down the side of the unit.
And that was a really quick look at what Nate, our home solutions advisor, does when he's out in the field, coming and answering your questions and getting you prepared for what you need to get comfortable in your home. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to all of our channels, and keep watching and sharing. And don't forget, here at Complete Comfort, we care.